Katie Price, exploiting Harvey again. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Christmas is on the horizon. Christmas is a huge opportunity to the narcissist. For one, the narcissist will utilize Christmas time for the purposes of triangulation. For instance, it may cause you to come up on the narcissist's radar, and then the narcissist will use Christmas as the pretext for hoovering you. In other words, the narcissist is seeking to assert control over you directly, and does so, I just thought I'd wish you a Merry Christmas. Or, Christmas is coming and it reminded me of our time together last year. For others, Christmas is an opportunity to manage a particular facade, often linked to family. Christmas is about spending time with family and friends. Here I am with the children. Think about how many times you see Facebook or other social media posts where somebody shows off their living room and the way that it has been decorated. Doesn't mean they're necessarily a narcissist, but that's narcissistic behavior, triangulating you with the way that they've decorated their living room. After all, why does the world need to know about Mary Bloggs of Solihull's living room and Christmas decorations? It doesn't. If she wants her friends to know, she could contact them direct and say, oh look, I've decorated my living room, do you like it? But she puts it out to the world with the narcissistic behaviour of expecting the world to care and take notice. In other instances, you may have seen those pictures whereby the supposedly proud parent shows a mountain of presents, which is presumably a load of plastic tat that will ultimately end up in the landfill, and then brags about it by posting it on social media. Christmas is an opportunity, a real bonus occasion for the narcissist to utilise it, and it's no different in relation to Katie Price, the car crash narcissist who I've spoken about before. You may recall that she has a son, Harvey, who has several complex health conditions, most notably Prader-Willi syndrome, a rare genetic disorder causing extreme hunger, obesity, and learning difficulties. He also is autistic and has partial blindness and ADHD and an underactive thyroid, leading to significant health challenges for him, like being at risk of heart attack, requiring constant care, and facing difficulties with weight management and education. Now, Katie Price regularly utilises social media and her son Harvey for the purposes of asserting control over the audience and make it seem like she's a caring mother. The fact is, Harvey doesn't have any choice in all of this, and he's invariably paraded by his mother against his will. It's questionable, first of all, whether he actually has the cognitive function to provide an informed consent. And somebody with genuine emotional empathy would very much err on the side of caution and decide, first of all, he's my child and children ought to be protected. He's also a vulnerable adult now and similarly ought to be protected. But that isn't the attitude of Katie Price. Oh no, have a look at this. This is a recent post on her Facebook page. Mr. Price getting in the Christmas spirit, various hashtags, and a picture of Harvey. He's wearing a Christmas hat and is stood posing next to a Christmas tree, but he hasn't got a top on, showing that he is obese and he has a very large stomach. It's not a particularly flattering picture of Harvey, and the fact is that she ought not to be displaying him in this way. She could have at least had him wearing a top. This is humiliating for him. He may not necessarily care. And the comments show, of which there are 7,600, many people just laughing at him and revelling in the observations. Some recognise the cruelty of Katie Price in posting such a picture. Others think that she is a good mother. They clearly don't understand narcissism. Others are downright unpleasant about the appearance of Harvey Price. The fact is that this is a vulnerable adult, and as I mentioned, somebody with emotional empathy would not expose her adult child in this fashion. But Katie Price doesn't care. Her narcissism dictates that she, like any other narcissist, uses her child, a non-intimate secondary source, as a prop. She doesn't care that she's exposing him to ridicule, and believe me, there's plenty of it in the comments. There are many individuals that are commenting in an unpleasant way. One writes, "There's your Christmas turkey, Kate." Another one states, "He's been skipping leg day. The mince pie bandit. Apparently he already ate the Christmas turkey raw. What's he on? A year-long Christmas Day diet. When's it due, mate? Straight to pudding. Look, mummy, you're making lots of money from me. That's a big turkey. I'll give him 2 years before he kicks the bucket. He just gets bigger and bigger every picture. You're going to need a big oven and a lot of foil for that. The sack is supposed to go on your back. Who's the fucking turkey? Dear Santa, Harvey urgently needs an exercise bank, a treadmill, and no more pizza, soda, and pies. It's a wonder you didn't take a picture of him naked. I wear no clothes in bed or until I'm washed in the morning, but wouldn't take a selfie of me in my birthday suit. All he wants for Christmas is a 6-pack of Diet Coke. Surely that's fake. Is that really how big the poor guy is? Defo finger his belly button and say, "Way a day." Thinking about what noise he could be making during the photo is good crack. He and Kate applied to both be on I'm a Celebrity at the same time, but they refused because they knew he would eat everything, including his mother. 20 chicken nuggets at a barbecue, Peter told Kate. She just laughed at him. How have those legs not snapped yet? On and on the comments go, ridiculing this vulnerable individual. And why is he being ridiculed? Because his mother chose to share a picture of him on social media where he's not wearing a top, which shows off his excessive weight. He can't help be obese because of his excessive hunger driven by his genetic condition. But his mother could help him by regulating his calorie intake, but she evidently doesn't. So not only does she fail him in that regard, demonstrating her lack of emotional empathy towards her son, but then she uses him as a prop in this fashion, putting an unflattering picture of him, dressed up with a Santa hat on, and says, "Mr. Price getting in the Christmas spirit." Her narcissism directs her to do this because it results in provoking the audience so that they comment. All of the comments and the 10,000 emoji reactions provide her with little dollops of fuel, all at the expense of her son, who once again has been exploited. It's unsurprising behaviour from this unpleasant car crash narcissist. She's exploited him in the past, and she'll continue to do so. And Harvey, as a consequence of his severe health conditions, has no real awareness as to what she's actually doing and is not particularly in a position to do much about it. Once again, a narcissist parent exploiting a child, and in this instance, a particularly vulnerable one, which tells you everything you need to know about the narcissism of Katie Price. I'm H.G. Judah. Thank you for listening.